Welcome to episode 4 of Pendragon. Tonight we're picking up with a funeral. But before we jump in, why don't we go ahead and do introductions? Thomas?
Hello, I am Thomas. Again, that has not changed, and I'll be playing Goratrix of House Winterborn Stoke.
Great,
Right.
thanks.
And hello, I am Mark, and I will be playing Sir Edward of House Edmonton.
Hi, I'm Liam, and I'm playing Sir Dalan of Durnford.
Excellent. And hello, everyone. I'm Bob. I'm the GM tonight. We're going to continue on with our story. If you're just chiming in, it might not make as much sense, but see what you can follow. Let's go from there. Tonight we begin at a place that'll be familiar to the players, at the very least.
Hey.
All right,
Oh,
so you
home
folks,
turf?
yeah, this is a site, of course, in Salisbury. As you ride up to said site or reach the funeral site, I'm going to allow you a test outright. You can do folklore with a +5 skill modifier. You can do religion, pagan, or religious, whichever the skill is, and then intrigue at +5.
Religious just flat, or
Flat.
+5 as well?
Flat for religious.
Okay. Yeah. So I do have religion pagan, but I've got 2 in it. So
fair.
I'm gonna try for something.
You feel free to consult. Like I realize that you guys, I think the way I want to do like leader or like teamwork roles in this is you'll be presented sometimes with opportunities like this, and you can feel free to discuss it and plan. If one of you wants to roll folklore, another wants to do intrigue, we can do that. So,
what was the? Give me the. Was there pluses to folklore or intrigue?
Folklore and intrigue are both +5. Religion, pagan is is flat.
I'm bad at folklore, but I figure I might as well do it as the resident heretic.
I have a 3 in folklore, and I have a 10 in intrigue. So I imagine I will probably intrigue's better.
Yeah.
I will probably also do folklore, mostly because I don't have religion pagan. I got religion British Christian.
So we got 1 in folklore. Mark's in folklore.
2 in folklore.
Oh, I thought Liam was doing intrigue.
I am doing intrigue.
Yeah, Liam's doing intrigue. I'm doing folklore because I have very bad religion pagan and nothing gets added to it. Actually, you know what? I don't mind if I fail this. So I'll go religion pagan. It's a 10% chance anyway.
I'll do folklore.
That's fair.
Okay.
Harder body, softer brain.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, no. Hey, Oliver from
the rescue.
Well, that +5 wouldn't have helped anyways, Thomas. So.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have.
Okay. So something that stands out for the intrigue test is this is the site of the Peace Feast that happened 17 years ago, the Night of the Long Knives. This is where many of Logris's best knights were unceremoniously betrayed and murdered.
Oh, okay. A little bit of history with this spot then.
Yeah.
Happy memories.
Also, what you'd know just outright is this place is called the Giants' Dance. That much you know for the folklore tests. And it's more commonly referred to that than Stonehenge, though both names it holds.
I know it's important to me and all of the people who share my beliefs of this land. I can't tell you why.
Meanwhile, it's just Edward looking around going, I don't know what the fuck any of this is. It's just stones.
Sacred stones.
Big fucking stones.
Oh, you might be hearing people in the background. Let me just mute quickly.
All good. All right. So on this note, I'm going to spare any sort of discussion about what Stonehenge is. I think we know. I think we know. But I will go ahead and get you all to choose a test for awareness or gossip. Again, your choice.
Gossip.
I'm gonna go with awareness because I'm better at it and I've got a tick next to it.
You
So
see
I
a lot of knights here, like a lot. Like you would factor well beyond what Logris holds as knights are present for this.
I will note that there doesn't seem to be a gossip skill.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I'm trying to remember what the book called for gossip.
Singing
It'd
gossip.
be intrigue, right?
Intrigue?
I think there was a different. Let me just double check something here real quick.
Yeah, I'll check it.
Like
I
courtesy
gossiper myself.
I think it might be courtesy actually. One of them was
yeah.
Give me 1 sec. I do want to get this right because this is a normal flow. Like there's basically 2 common courtly skills that you're going to use in this game. One of them is for sure gossip.
Yeah, control Fing for gossip. This skill allows one to know what is going on at court. Everyone has access to gossip. But hard work and clever conversations help to pry out the real facts. So I think gossip just happens.
Give me 1 sec. I'm just going to check out the...
I think in either case, I'm probably going to roll awareness. It's my
I'm pretty good at dancing, you guys. I don't know why that is.
You're a good dancer. Got the skills.
Yeah.
This place is fancy. I have a 10% chance to dance well.
We'll go with intrigue for this one. That's perfectly fine.
So
we'll go awareness.
Yeah, I'll go awareness too because it's 2 better than my intrigue. My family's good at intrigue. Goratrix is not.
Okay. Success for me.
Success for me.
All right. That's great. Okay, so we have for Dalan's intrigue, what he's able to glean.
I don't think he's rolled yet.
Oh, is that previous intrigue? That is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's previous roll.
Dalan, what are you rolling? What are you testing here? Awareness or intrigue?
I think what was the one that wasn't intrigue again? Sorry.
Awareness.
Awareness.
We both rolled awareness.
Yeah. I think I've got. Yeah, they're the same for me. Yeah, it would have been the same either way. So fuck it. Let's do awareness. I've been enjoying intrigue. I've been enjoying that.
All right, go for it.
We're about to be a trio of aware boys.
Hell yeah!
There we go. All right. Okay, so for the 2 that tested awareness, you see it looks of like some of these stones have more recently been brought in. You see signs of flattened grass and dirt dug up, and fresh soil nearby a few of the stones that stand out differently from some of the others. For Dalan, who's talking with others, there's reference to Merlin bringing in these stones. Actually, they say they're magic stones. This is some squire telling you this. Yeah, they say they're magic stones. Yeah, brought in from Ireland.
Why Ireland?
That's where they were, I guess. I don't know. This is what they're saying.
Is Ireland known for its magic stones, or did
yes,
make them magic?
The squire just kind of looks nervously, and I don't know. There's Merlin. He points, and then with that, you see him kind of quickly move off. Merlin is there, but he's pretty far away, so it was half a bluff and half a truth. So. By the time you look back at the boy, he's like 30 feet away, moving it quickly back towards the door.
Love them to death.
I was about to say, didn't we just get finished fighting off the Irish?
Yes, you did.
Sending their stones over here, so...
Yeah, it seems kind of strange, doesn't it?
I mean, I didn't think it was allowed to bring more stones in here, but Merlin is the archdruid, so I think he's fine. Maybe.
I mean, the Irish couldn't be very happy that we've taken what looks to be some of their stones right after we killed a bunch of them in a massive fight.
I think the latter would be more important than the former. I mean, I'm not sure about the sentimental value of giant rocks, but I'm pretty sure that, the killing probably took more of their ire.
I don't know. Those Irish are strange folks.
That is true.
You see some very important figures here. You wouldn't be able to name most of them, but I'll spare on the details because it'll be more interesting for these figures to show up independently as they do. Without a test, you're able to recognize that the Supreme Collegium is here. Those are the folks that one would need for right to become the High King. If there's not a 3/4 vote, then somewhat, one does not have claim over the High King of the island. So,
A funeral and a coronation.
Is there anybody noticeably not here? Someone who should be but isn't?
You can test. That would be difficult for you to recognize. I'll give you an intrigue at -5 for that one.
All right, I got I think a 25% chance, so it's something.
It is a number, yeah, and it's not 10%. So.
Hey, you did.
Hey, there you go.
Succeeded.
I
All right.
did.
Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah. All right.
Very nice.
Give me 1 second, and we'll give you something juicy.
Oh no! Even with that miracle of a roll, I would still not know anything about my own religion.
Yeah.
There are fairies, and they like it when you do good things for your family.
You believe. You just don't totally know what it is exactly that you believe in.
Look, can I tell you names and dates? No. Can I tell you what I believe in? Also no. But can I tell you that I believe it wholeheartedly from the depths of my soul? You bet I do.
You're not sure if there's rules or rituals or anything, but you do know the vibe.
You do know the name of the religion, and really, that's all a religion is. Name.
Actually, no, I don't.
Oh, you don't know the true name of the religion. You know a name.
I know a.
A very generalized kind of idea.
I believe that it's in the bones of this ancient land, which I know is true. But beyond that, who can say? Other people can. I leave it to them.
Other people.
Probably the druids.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I have danced naked under the moonlight precisely once.
Oh, dancing in the moonlight. What?
Yeah, so we'll say the Abbot Bishop of Exeter River in Cornwall is not present. Yeah.
I'm gonna start gossiping about that situation in a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. As you are all kind of mingling, standing around, you see that Uther's starts to attract a bit of attention, and a lot of others move in. There's been some ceremony that's already taken place at this point for the actual funeral, so this is kind of more towards the end of things dying down. But let's take a moment. I think it's always good to give our actual PCs some time to roleplay, so maybe we'll leave the three of you here for a minute and zoom in on you.
I know it is strange, says Goratrix, who despite the months or so that have passed between the battle and now, still walks with a little bit of not quite a limp, but definitely a gingerness that belies his large form. I know it is strange, but I feel somewhat guilty that the king died. It wasn't under our watch, and we were on literally the other side of the country. But I feel had we not gone with Uther, we could have done something. We made a difference on our own. Right there, we did very well, but if it had been different, then perhaps the king would even now still draw breath.
At this point, Edward himself is kind of pulling kind of awkwardly on his clothing, clearly not suited for these kind of events, and looks kind of uncomfortable. But he would look over to Goratrix and say, "Perhaps it's also equally possible that if we were not there, something might have happened to our princes as well. There's no guarantee we could have done anything for the king. As sad as it is, and the tragedy of his loss, well, we did what we could from where we were. That's what we can account on. And at least, yes, and at least now he is up in heaven with the rest of his blood, his family, and well, at least we can take some solace in that."
Yes.
Well,
heaven.
Some of us can, at least. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure what the other ideas are of death.
I'm not at the loss.
Awkwardly coughs.
Any belief is equally valid. I think they're happier. It's a shame that war makes us, well, have to make these choices. Leave Salisbury undefended.
Yes, I do wish that we may have been there to defend our homes, but, well, the least we can do now is get vengeance upon those bastards that thought to take what was not theirs.
I'm still, he says, and touches a hand to his side. I'm still annoyed that they tried to burn down my stables. It wasn't even the Saxons, it was just peasants.
It is good to see you two, though. I know it's probably
Indeed,
sooner than circumstance would traditionally allow, but it's good to see you healing up, Goratrix.
Thank you. Well, I wouldn't be healing at all if it were not for you. Because I'd be dead.
Well, it was part luck and part the effort of our teamwork, I feel. The three of us achieved far more than I had thought possible, and it's strange. Very rarely have I gotten in such a state of, I suppose, desperation, but in reverse. I don't quite know how to describe it.
Battle lust, exhilaration.
Yeah, it was... I mean, I've seen combat before, but it was never quite like that before. It really did feel like God was on our side that day.
That is something I can definitely agree with. We did very well, and I'm glad we all came out of it in relatively good condition. After all, any battle you walk away from is a victory in mind.
Well said. Actually, that's a good point. It has been a little while. How long has it been since the end of last episode, in terms of Sunday at noon?
Yeah, this would be like summertime, right? So probably a month.
If it's been a month, then I can add another... I'm fully healed, in fact, because I'm 10 hit points off, and a month would be 12.
That makes sense, yep.
Yes, I won't be doing any cartwheels anytime soon, but I didn't do it anyway, so I'm good.
I was going to ask, could you do them in the first place?
No.
Beat
Well,
you to the punch.
I bet I could I bet I could if I put my mind to it. But yes, passion took it away from me. My freedom to cartwheel.
We took away his freedom to do anything.
Virtually anything, yes. That does remind me, Goratrix, I did need to find some time to speak to you in private, but not now, if it can all be avoided.
Of course. Any time you need to speak to me, you certainly may.
I'm sure we'll find some time by the time that the evening's out.
Well, I look forward to it.
At this point, you can see that Uther has drawn a proper crowd. Everyone standing around in that natural hush kind of comes over the whole gathering. Uther walks up to the place where his brother lay, leaving a family relic, a chain off of his neck. He turns to address everyone. Knights of Logris and beyond, thank you for coming. I recognize that this is not an easy moment. A great hero of our land and a great king has fallen. May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, there is that sort of follow-up where all the knights continue on in reply, and then he turns to a specific group, it looks like, and this is Dalan would recognize immediately. This is the majority of the Supreme Collegium sits here, or stands here. He says, "This land is in great need of another true king, a high king. I implore you to consider me the rightful heir to my brother's title. We have enemies in the Irish, in the Picts, and in the Saxons. These enemies do not change, even with my brother's death. I am not a man of words. I simply ask that you allow me to continue what my brother started, and allow me the right of vengeance upon them." And with that, he kind of stops, and you can see that there's already chattering and murmuring, and we'll zoom back in on you guys at that point.
I mean, if... Oh, crap. It's Aurelius, right?
Yes. Yep.
Gotcha. Because Goratrix would know.
Yeah.
Did Aurelius leave no sons? I didn't hear about any other prince than Uther, but I'm not exactly, as I've said, a political animal.
As far as I remember, he had no sons. At least none that were openly declared. As far as I thought, Uther was his natural heir.
And it seems fitting that the Collegium will choose him, does it not? I mean, he is a brave man. We did not see much of him fighting, but we have all heard the tales.
I mean, if not him, then who else?
I'm trying to think if that would be intrigue. I think it might be intrigue. Again, it's not to butcher that over and over. Yeah, we're gonna... I was debating heraldry. I think it's intrigue. Why don't you test intrigue? All three of you can test this.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Nope.
At least it's not a botch. Dalan, you're our only hope, with your 50% chance.
I am pretty intriguing.
Quickly, Dalan, flip a coin.
Nope.
No.
Aw. You're not entirely sure who's the heir, who's the direct heir of Aurelius. You could have sworn. I mean, obviously a king must have a child, right? So.
Yeah, like at some point, but if not, then...
Yeah, if not, I'll give you guys this much. If not, if Aurelius doesn't have a king, and who wouldn't, or a child, and who wouldn't have an heir, honestly, it would fall to Uther, his younger brother.
What kind of nerd have an heir?
Exactly.
Yeah, what kind of upstanding person wouldn't have as many children as they can? That's a tenet of my religion I can tell you about. Yes, if he does have children, I have not heard of them, which does not bode that well.
You see a familiar face step out of the crowd, that gathering that Uther went to. You see your Count Roderick of Salisbury. He stands before Uther. He has a look like he has his tail between his legs. It isn't like what you know of Roderick. It seems out of place to see him like this. He's typically a very proud man, very straightforward in almost every way. But he looks like he's hesitating, and Uther raises a brow, and he says, "My prince, I regret to inform you that in this particular case, you have but half of the votes." Uther nods. "I see. Very well. And with that, Uther kind of walks back, and it's almost like as he's walking away, Madoc falls in, his son, and Merlin kind of wraps his arm around Uther, and the three of them kind of walk off to the other side of the site.
Out of character, I was 70% sure there was going to be a red wedding, kill them all moment.
Very concerning. I think that means if civil war happens, we're gonna be against Uther, and I don't know how I feel about that.
No, it just means, as far as I understand, that he hasn't been voted to become High King, so he doesn't have the right yet. He has inherited the estates that he has,
he'd
I assume.
still be the lord of those estates. But
if
he's not king, that could be bad.
Arguably, Thomas, that makes it worse, because now he has more stuff to throw at us, at everything.
Well, let's question, did we vote against him? Or did our lord vote against him?
We don't vote, the Collegium votes. And I don't think he was part of the Collegium, right?
No.
Count Roderick is, in fact, part of the Collegium.
Never mind then.
He's a high
Who did
landowner.
he vote for?
You don't know.
Do we know?
It was a secret ballot.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the politics.
Sorry,
hold on. I don't know enough about the politics to know if we should or shouldn't be worried, but I think it should be fine. He's a good man, and we shall see that these are conducted with honor.
And a civil war will do none of us any good. Not in a time like this.
We have 2 wars on our borders already. I don't think any. Why do they call it a civil war? A war isn't very civil.
I don't think that's what they quite mean by it, but now that you bring it up...
Goratrix, are you okay?
I'm fine. I will say that I do not think there'll be a civil war, since we have 2 on foreign soil we are already fighting, and all of the people involved seem to be honorable knights. On this end.
I would hope that one would not happen, but then again, if history is anything to go by, I'd rather not think about it.
We'll be fine, brothers.
I will say, if you guys are willing, don't you guys think it's strange that the Bishop of Cornwall isn't here? Like, he should be, right?
Cornwall has a bishop?
I suppose. Oh, right.
Maybe it's the location. I doubt he'd be a big fan of these stones.
It still seems strange that he's not here for the funeral and the coronation of the new king. Either one of those events that should draw his attention, I would assume. Maybe just...
And it wouldn't be to travel.
Everyone else... Some of them from far further, and they arrived.
Indeed.
This is no ordinary This is no ordinary funeral. This is the funeral of a king.
Yeah. Maybe just keep an ear out and an eye out in case you hear or see anything that might give us some more information on that.
I shall.
Will do.
And on that note, I'd like to keep my eyes and ears out for more information on that.
Fair enough. Is there anything that the three of you want to do with the scene as far as talking to anyone? This is the one opportunity where every night, every squire in Logris and a lot beyond Logris are present for this.
There are two people I want to talk with, and one will probably not be possible given that he's walking away with the king and Merlin. The other one I wanted to talk to was Sir Belias, because when last we saw him, we merry few, we band of brothers, saved his butt and want to chivalry bump together.
Sure, yeah.
Actually,
you know what? It's kind of like it's difficult to single out any particular knight from any other in this crowd. So I'm going to give you a recognize test.
Oh no.
Or heraldry, one of the two.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
It's the same either way. All right. Come on, friend. No, my friendliness
so
now has failed me.
You know what? I'll give this to you. This particular time, I was on the fence about giving a +5 bonus, and that would have made the difference. So, because you've
I did fail it.
What's that?
Oh, but yeah, with a +5, I would have got it. But yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna count it as a success. We're just gonna count the failure as like it taking a little bit longer. So it's not till like the very end of the ceremonies when everyone's getting ready you finally find Sir Belias.
Do you two want to come with?
Yeah.
I am uncertain if Dalan wants to come with. I'm gonna say I'll let you guys take this if both of you guys are going.
Okay. Edward would. The only other thing Edward would be interested in doing is probably not possible either. Try and speak to Sir Roderick.
Don't you want to talk to Lord Bitchface? What was his I hate bastards man?
No, because I'll probably challenge him to a duel again.
Yeah, that's probably not great timing for that right now.
No.
Yeah, this isn't
a feast is one thing. A funeral's not a good idea.
So, Mark, I'll give you a chance if you want to try and talk to Roderick. The Count, you can, but you won't be able to follow Thomas and talking to Belias.
Okay. In which case, he'll focus on to Sir Roderick.
Roderick? Okay. Give me a heraldry or recognize roll +5 to your skill. In this case, it's your Count. You should be able to recognize him.
I'm very good at this. That's a success.
Hey,
so yeah, you'll get a moment with the Count. So Thomas.
Yeah.
Goratrix finds his moment, and Sir Belias is just starting to move towards his horse to remount and ride away. It's about the time you catch him. He looks over and smiles. You're a familiar face to him.
Sir Belias, good to see you again, and it's a shame it couldn't be under better circumstances. But considering the second to last time was in the midst of war...
Indeed. And a fine battle it was.
Oh, no argument there. It was glorious. We both got wounded pretty badly at the end, but we pushed through it. And I only got an infected wound once.
He goes to climb on his horse at that point, and you notice he didn't look like he was favoring anything, but as he goes to climb, it's very clear that there's still some sort of favoring of his right side as he pulls himself up more so with his left hand than his right. So his non-sword arm.
Yeah. I was injured pretty badly too, and I still have twinges. Are you well?
Nothing that time won't fix. Soon enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure by Uther's coronation.
Indeed. It's a surprise that he was not coronated, today, now. He has proven himself.
A pity. A shame. I blame... And he kind of looks around. It's best not to talk about such things. It doesn't matter. In the end, he will be the king of Logris, even if he is not the High King. That much
Indeed.
They cannot take away from him.
Why was he not voted for? You cannot tell me who you blame, but he seems... I know him to be a good man.
The squabbling of lords is much the same as those of knights. Something I've become more familiar with after following Uther.
Politics and intrigue. More deadly and infinitely more infuriating than any blade.
Indeed. I don't have the stomach for it most days. But it seems with Uther's rise, I might as well get accustomed to it. I'm certain he will take me with him as he always has. Ever since our time in Brittany.
Yes, I heard stories of that one. I think, like, because we built characters' backstories, I think my grandfather fought in Brittany too. He went to those soils to attack against the foreigners. But yes, in any case, I wish you a good travel, and for whatever may come, good luck. I don't understand politics myself, that's why I hit people with a sword.
Likewise, and congratulations on Sir Penchant, or King Penchant. He would just say Penchant, actually.
Yeah.
He would
exactly.
regard him no title. He almost spits the name out as he says it.
He was a good fighter, but I was his equal, and I had backup at the time.
He gives you a look, almost kind of... well, it's hard to read exactly, but there's it's not a friendly look. Hard to tell exactly what it is, though.
It's true. I hit him with a sword about as hard as he hit me, and then my friend, protected me from his backswing.
With that,
can I get a read into what that look is?
Yes. Courtesy, in this case.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a shame I didn't come.
All you're able to discern is that it's an unfavorable look. Not necessarily like... Well, you don't take him for someone that holds grudges over petty things, but it doesn't mean he's happy with you right now.
Goratrix permits himself a small frown. He doesn't know what he did wrong, but he does know that something happened, so he nods and says, I will let you get on your way, Sir Elias.
I'll see you at the coronation. And with that, he rides off.
What did I say?
So
like mutters to himself.
We'll cut over to Mark here. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna grab Roderick. Baby Roderick.
Hey.
He's very small.
So small.
Oh, there we go. He grew.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
quite as big as Uther.
You find Roderick, and actually he's accompanied by Sir Elad, who you're also familiar with.
With this, Edward would approach, bowing respectfully to his count and also to the knight next to him and say, Lord Roderick, I had thought to come and speak with you after I noticed your current disposition. I hope I am not interjecting by saying you look a little down. Is something the matter?
Do you remember what Edward's father's name is, Mark? Just off the top of your head?
Oh, something weird. Hold on, I have the tree here.
Hopefully we named him.
We did name him. It was, Morganor.
Morganor is the father of Edward? Just verifying.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, because he's the bastard.
Father.
Yeah. That's right, because you are actually... Edward is the bastard brother of our your main character. Yeah. Okay, so Roderick looks at you a moment and says, it's almost like he's lost your name. Morganor's son, right?
Yes. I'm Sir Edward.
Edward, yes. I was going to say Eric. Apologies.
It is no issue, my lord, I assure you. A very busy man and have to remember many names.
It was difficult. I think you are one of the ones that Maddox called away with Prince Uther to fight against the Irish. While you're away, I'm sure you've heard of the stories, but it's been difficult to clean up the mess after the High King's death.
I had heard so. It's certainly an unfortunate thing to happen. Well, my back was turned. I do feel, admittedly, partly responsible.
At least you weren't here. It was terrible to see. But others stood proudly in his place, and with the help of Gorlois, things worked out as they ought to, at least to some degree.
Indeed.
You know that to be the Duke of Cornwall, the name he just mentioned.
Okay. Yes.
Is there...
I would say...
Sorry, go ahead.
Please, my lord. Oh, yeah. I was wondering, my lord, a curiosity. It seemed, from what I understood, the intent was a new High King would be chosen. But from the sounds of it, there is a deadlock.
He nods. Unfortunate indeed. Prince Uther
Are you aware?
is one of the best generals I've ever met. He would make a good High King.
If I may ask then, why is it that some find issue with that possibility?
Who's to say, really? Old rivalries in some cases. Others positioning for more excluded power. Perhaps they don't realize that the Saxons are at our doorstep.
Perhaps it is because it is not their doorstep. But I digress. I, for one, think Prince Uther would make a fine High King. But, of course, it is not my choice to make. I'm sure they have their own wisdoms. He kind of sounds out, not really believing it himself.
Many would think King Aurelius to be in a realm of his own. He was well spoken, and he fought like no other. But Uther carries many of those traits. Perhaps a bit less popular in the feasts and the courts.
It does bring up worry of, if not him for High King, then, well, Who?
I'm afraid that no other would deserve even to bring their name before the Collegium. It would be swiftly turned down. If not for Uther, there is no High King. It will be squabbling amongst little lords once again. Low kings.
I do hope we do not return to that era.
Yes. As do I. The time of petty kings should be put behind us. The time for a high king is more than needed. Long overdue.
Yes. Though, as it is important for all to be prepared in such events, do you think there is, God forbid, a possibility of a dispute between the counties?
So long as Uther maintains...
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's just more Edward kind of hinting towards it without saying the word itself. Because I imagine it's not good to bring up the term civil war.
Yeah,
I think rebellion. I think rebellion's more common.
Okay. It wouldn't really be a rebellion, but yeah.
There will be no rebellion so long as Uther is king of Logres, and there should be nothing that stops his coronation in that sense. Perhaps not the king of all of the land, but the king of Logres for certain. And I would suspect we will all be invited soon.
Good then. Thank you, my lord. You have assuaged some of my thoughts.
He just nods.
But I do hope we are able to fight back against those Saxons soon enough.
That time will come soon.
Good.
And with that, he would mount, and Sir Elad mounts beside him. They're on their riding horses. Some camera shifting to Dalan at this point. Is there anything Dalan wanted to do? If not, we can move to the next scene, which will be the coronation.
Yes. Dalan wanted to continue to gossip and try to pick up more information on the situation with the bishop and why the bishop isn't here.
Ah, okay. Any target for your gossip? Any familiar faces you want to dip into with this?
There's one that I'd know for sure. The fellow that gave me the good information last time. What was his name?
Sir Robert of Jagen.
Sir Robert, yes. Yeah, is he around?
Yeah. I will have you do a recognize or heraldry roll. I'll give you a +5 on it because it's another face you've met.
Thank God.
Yeah, this is the one who thought that you were an Irish lover.
That's fine.
That sounds right.
We all have our issues sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Trust me, among this party, you do not have to say.
we love us some Irish occasionally, and also we kill some Irish occasionally. You know, it's whatever the mood swings. That's a fail for me, though, dog.
Okay. Yes, even with the +5, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure because it was close. Yeah, we'll say that you don't find Robert. You're not able to find him in the crowd.
Well, I guess I'm back to just trying to pick up what casual information I can then.
Okay. A food for thought. Despite the failure, doesn't mean there won't be another opportunity. So you know that you're next on the list is the coronation.
Yeah, I'll get a chance to look for him there too.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of,
yes.
Before we go into the next scene, Dalan, do you want to get Goratrix somewhere private, say the thingy, or do you want to save that until another dramatic moment?
I think Dalan's gonna actually chicken out. So,
interesting.
Yeah, we'll that might come back. That might come back later, but I think Dalan's gonna if Goratrix mentions it to Dalan will be like, oh, it's nothing. Another time. something.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Thank you.
Of course. I think.
All right. All of you can add 50 glory to your character sheet, just for attending this.
Speaking of, I don't think we did glory for last session.
No, we're gonna count the total glory at the winter phase, which will be soon. So just earmark it for now. I did look up, like, we'll be able to roll through that part pretty quick, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's more an announcement, so I'll track that for you if you don't track it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, kind of blowing past a couple of the pieces, I think. I think we're gonna go right into the Coronation Feast. So this will be the interesting scene after the coronation. What was done before the Coronation Feast was obviously the coronation ceremony, where King Uther is made king of Logres, specifically, not High King. And then Sir Adaris was raised to the Duke of the March by inheritance. Sir Ulfius, Uther's longtime companion, is made the Duke of the Vale.
Which one was this?
Sir Ulfius. He's one of the faces that was up there. Basically, some of the bigger faces were Count Roderick, Duke Gorlois, which I'll be able to say eventually consistently. Gorlois, yeah.
I'm just writing it down. And
Ulfius,
I'm writing things that seem right.
Ulfius is Duke of the Vale. There is Count Roderick of Salisbury. The Vale, by the way, spoilers, becomes not Salisbury. What's the other one? Silchester.
Silchester.
Yeah. So it is your neighboring area. And then Duke Gorlois is the Duke of Cornwall. And those are some of the bigger Logres sort of figure. I guess Cornwall's separate from Logres, but some of the bigger figures involved.
Indeed. There's Duke, then Minor King, then High King.
Mm-hmm. You find yourselves... So in that ceremony, they're raised as well, and they both swear homage to Uther right then and there. And then onto the Coronation Feast. So we're actually going to be switching to the feast rules.
Oh yeah. Who's ready to embarrass ourselves?
Woo! Again?
Really good.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope that they fucking sit us at an actual fucking table this time, or me specifically, actually.
Let's find out. Let's see where you land. I need to get the cards out too.
But how do we do this? We roll appearance, right?
Yeah, you're testing your appearance. I think I put right in the Roll20. I think I put like a shared thing that talks about the feast card overview.
Yes. Oh,
but that probably doesn't tell you to test appearance. So you get to test your appearance.
No, it just says you how to read it.
Yeah.
Go, sorry.
And I will quickly look up in Book of Feasts the page for this. Okay. You know what I'll do is I'll add this to the bottom. This is once again taking place in the London area.
I somehow succeed.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out the just straight appearance. Here we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now it is my turn.
I don't know how I keep rolling. I have the lowest appearance.
Does I question: Does our glory as the slayers of passions have any effect on where we're sitting here?
No, not in this particular case. Sometimes there are modifiers.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
A shame.
If this
I
were,
knew we should have followed through with the King
Yeah.
of Ireland. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my token just a little bit down.
I feel like it's just Edward once again being like, "Why am I here?" Like, I think they keep screwing something up.
Oh, while we're doing this, I'm going to keep track of our geniality, just like before.
good call.
Yes.
Okay, so hey, look at that. Pass and fail, right? So we have this time Goratrix is below the souls, and Edward and Dalan are near the souls. And Dalan was 1 point away from getting at the high table.
No!
Yeah.
So close.
There's a Ducal Vius, by the way.
Gotcha.
There are obviously other people here too, but these are the folks you see for now.
King Augustus, he's back from the dead. Or Aurelius.
Aurelius, yeah. There he goes. His ghost was there for, it was a Force ghost moment.
I was thinking they made Weekend Attorneys him with like sunglasses and sitting on the throne, you know?
Yeah. Alright, and I need to pull
Actually, probably move Matic up there.
I need to get the cards going and show the feast deck. There we go. Matic is actually at the high table. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And he is also now officially named Prince Matic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Crown Prince.
I'm proud of our boy. Of our surprisingly vicious boy.
We probably should have taken something off of Patience's body and brought it as a gift.
What, his head?
I mean,
I know it's been 2 months, but take a look
A gift to you, my friend.
I was thinking more like his sword or some shit. But like, yeah, I guess you could remembering him and bringing bodies to the lunch table if you wanted to. I won't stop you.
So I
This
couldn't
is
bring the head.
Patience's
'cause it didn't fit. This is his arm, the arm that wounded me, in fact.
Yeah, I'll just say that you would know this. Sir Bellius brought the news of Sir Penchant to Uther. You don't know how it went, but you heard that Uther heard of the Penchant's death by Sir Bellius. Or Bellius.
I'm sure that Sir Belias told the truth, as it were.
Yeah.
Sure he did.
All right. So this brings us back to your options. You get to choose from them. Let's see if I...
How many rounds is this, out of curiosity?
We're only going to go 3 rounds this time, just because I don't want it to take all night.
No, good.
And we won't always do 2 feasts per year. We'll try to split it up per stream, like every second, third, or every third stream, you know, or second stream.
It's a special occasion. Yeah.
Well, it is like a common part of what we're going to be doing. It's going to be fair chunk of wars, fair chunk of feasts, and then the cool stuff in between. So that's like your yearly events, but we can gloss over some of those. Do you all remember your options, or do you want me to go through those again for the feast?
No, I remember them.
Intrigue. And
yeah, you can intrigue, you can
gossip,
glutton, and you can pick a card.
I think you can also gossip.
There is 1 sec here. Let's get you the list.
I think you can also gossip. Or is that intrigue?
I think that's intrigue. Let me see.
There's game. I remember that.
Yes.
Yes.
This is one of those things where I was like, I remember how to do this. Then I get here and I'm like, wait, no, I don't. Okay, gossip, indulge. I forgot about indulge. Flirt, game, or a card. Card is like door number 5. Choose the thing you don't know. That's card. It's also like super fun. But
yeah.
I feel like I would
no matter what happens.
I would be tempted to probably pull a card every time, even if I knew I wanted to do something else.
Yeah. And indeed, that's what I'll be doing when it gets to me.
Just to note, the glory will matter a lot for your next time. So glory glory kind of happens at the end, at the winter phase.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit 2,000 glory, you'll be holding 2 cards and choosing which of the cards you want to run.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're a squire, you don't get cards.
No cards.
Or a handmaiden. But knights and ladies get cards. So, okay.
Cool.
With that said, let's start with we'll start with Edward here. What choice do you choose? And keep in mind, there's more figures here than who's presented. This is me having not updated the map from the last time. So Merlin still does not sit at the high table.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the smart thing, and I'm going to draw a feast deck.
Yeah,
sounds about right. All right. Let's see.
This will kill me.
I'll zoom in for you.
Oh no. Queasy. Feel very queasy.
Off to a good start.
Oh no.
I'm gonna make a con roll. Alright,
let's see.
Let's go. I'm good at this, so let's just hope I don't roll bad.
Never say that before you roll.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Critical!
How does a critical work?
Nothing.
It will usually tell you. Ooh, let's workshop this a moment, because I'm a big fan. So, there aren't checks near your skills, right, or your stats?
No.
I would assume not.
No checks.
This has to be something. I like to make criticals important. It sucks when it's like, hey, I wasted my critical. Any thoughts on
maybe an auto pass if something similar happens again? I got one which made me test every round in case I fell asleep. But this one, with a high constitution, maybe he becomes immune to that?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I'll give you this. If you should you pull this card again with Edward, or have to test for anything to do with holding down food that isn't poison, it'll just be an automatic success. Yeah.
I like the idea that he just stares at somebody until they vomit instead.
Just death glare vomit. Yeah.
Passes the sickness onto someone else.
Yeah, he just glares at Sir Jareth just until he pukes.
Yes, congratulations.
So I like how you had to specify unless the food is poisoned.
Yeah. That never happens in settings like this, right? Poison.
No, I wouldn't.
All right. So we'll go to Dalan at this point.
Dalan is going to do the thing that has been occupying their paranoid little mind ever since the funeral. Can I do an intrigue to try to find out some more information on why the bishop wasn't there at the funeral?
Yes, absolutely. In this case, we'll bring old Robert out. One sec.
Yeah, my boy, my buddy, my gossip friend. I can bounce information off of you.
So many.
Let's
bosses, go. Right. Give me one sec. There he is. There's the lad. It's actual size and difference. All right.
Dalan will make their way over, or find the time to speak to him, and just kind of nod for him. Goes, well met. It's been a little while since we last saw each other. How did your campaigns go? I hope they fared as well as ours.
Good. Yes, good. As good as the tragedy can be. We did manage to drive that mess of a Saxon army away from your homelands, I believe.
Indeed.
Yes.
We are incredibly grateful for it. I know Sir Edward was itching to be out there fighting the Saxons and specifically defending his home, but it would seem that God had other plans for us. We slew Patchins ourselves, actually.
You were... I see. I had heard rumors that Sir Bellius had slain such a man.
He was certainly valuable, incredibly so. I doubt we would have made it as far as he was not accompanying us. But, of course, the honor goes to Prince Uther and his command that day.
Don't be so modest. If you had a place in killing such a treacherous man, few can claim such things. You should count yourself amongst a very select group.
I very much appreciate that. If you'd like someday, I can show you the spear that pierced him.
Interesting. I would like to see that one day. Perhaps we can arrange it.
I'd like that. I have to admit, it caught me a little odd. I noticed a great deal of very important faces at the funeral, but I couldn't help but notice that the Bishop of Cornwall wasn't there. Have you heard any reason why he was unable to make it? Seems an important event to be delayed for.
He kind of looks around,
yes,
doing that shifty eye thing, like he's gonna gossip.
You know someone
And but he stops, which is weird for him. I mean, he didn't do that the last time, and he just stuffs his face full of some bread, and he says, "I can't think of a good reason why the bishop wouldn't be here."
Pull his nails out.
That's more of a church thing. I have to agree. It's concerning, given the amount of confusion over who's going to be the next king.
Don't get me started. I overheard King Uther earlier speaking, poorly of my duke.
That's a shame.
Bragging about his own success against the Irish while discounting Gorlaw's difficult task of picking up where our late High King had fallen. See, the High King didn't actually die during the fighting. He fell ill and died sometime after.
Dalan gets a look on his face like, oh. And he just kind of like straightens his back a little bit and goes, I see. That's news to me.
But, Gorlois and Uther go back a very long way. With that, he takes a long drink.
Indeed. Still, it is my opinion that no war can be fought without the sum of its parts. Every aspect of it is important, no matter how minuscule. But it is still concerning how much, I suppose, territorialism that our leadership is putting into this matter. It seems like now's the time for us to unite more than any other.
I would agree. Actually, he's more like, yes. Right? He's starting to get drunk at this point, and you can't help but sense that you're a prime part of why he's drinking more. This conversation makes him nervous. It doesn't take much to understand the difficulty of any sort of tearing of loyalty between your king and your direct liege lord. And Robert of Gigant is from Cornwall.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Great.
fine.
It's going to be very fun. Can't
Though-
wait to see him later.
I will, as soon as Dalan can kind of make their way back over to Edward and Goratrix and just lightly let them know, like, hey, I spent some time talking to a knight from Cornwall, and I know it won't be invented for a very long time, but you ever play Among Us?
What?
This shit's pretty sus.
Yeah, there's probably a game that was like Sheriff. You know, Sheriff sounds like a decent enough name. It's a formal title.
I understand the concept. People lie about who they are, and then you fight them.
Yeah, something like that.
Isn't that just politics?
I would just be mindful. I just found out that the former king, did not die in battle.
Hmm?
He took ill and died shortly after.
Goratrix will wince from his position below the salt. Ooh, that is not a good way to go.
It's also not a good thing to lie about.
What more? And this part especially, Dalan makes sure that nobody else is listening to them when saying this, speaking real low. And what more? It would seem that the Duke of Cornwall was involved in that very conflict and has been very much opposed to Uther as king. And and the knight that I spoke to seemed very hesitant to speak about why the bishop wasn't there today. I'm not a very suspicious person, my character sheet is telling me, but enough things are adding up to me to make me feel uncomfortable.
Ah, you think that the Duke of Cornwall used the gratefulness that he managed to collect through helping Salisbury to pressure the local nobles into not voting for him on the Collegium?
In either case, it's probably not something we should be discussing here at the moment.
Agreed.
Certainly something that should be discussed. This makes me feel kind of unwell. Actually, it just might be my stomach.
It might be the food. Are you alright?
Yes, so on that note, I figured out, while you all were talking there, I figured out what happened with Edward in the critical. There was actually a bad piece, like a bad part of the feast came out, and was served to that whole area where Edward was, and every one of them left to go vomit, except for Edward. And we're going to give Edward one geniality for maintaining it, the iron stomach.
Yeah.
That'll be your reward for the critical.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So can I sit there while they're not, or would that be a faux pas?
People are moving around and mingling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have more
Also, the
sympathy for
food's
you,
not very
Dalan, for
good.
last time. Yes, yes, I'm seeing that. The chicken is wonderful.
I think the pig was left rolling in the mud for too long.
After death.
Don't eat the pork. Don't eat the pork.
Yeah.
I'll take your advice, my friend.
Yeah, Edward, with a show of strength, like takes a squirrel that's been like dead for 3 days outside and just brings it in and eats it at the table.
I'm not sure that would earn you the geniality as much as probably get kicked out of here, but that's fair. Maybe not. There'd be at least a few impressed knights, I'm sure.
This is the heart of an Irishman.
Okay, so we'll get we'll move to Goratrix's turn at this point.
Indeed. As you know, playing it safe and it is not something Goratrix does, and gossiping and gluttony is not exactly what he does either. So I'm gonna draw a feast card. Wallflower. Ooh, I notice a shy young lady sitting alone. All right.
Ooh.
I'm imagining flirting is also not something Goratrix does.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Let me get up my character sheet because I know it's not awful. Let me. Yeah, I actually put points into it. It's 10.
Nice.
However, that does mean it's a 50-50 chance. Failure does nothing. Success is fine. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna roll flirting.
Okay.
And let's hope I don't fumble. Now, you know what I just did.
Yep.
Bare failure. Almost a success.
That's like bang on.
It's not a fumble.
Yeah. No. So what is? So nothing, right? There's no negative penalty to this one.
No negative penalty happens on a failure. It's just not exactly. Yeah.
Keep in mind too, you get +1 geniality just for sitting near the salt for every round you sit near it. Don't forget that part of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's one of the advantages of being near the salt. Which you aren't.
I'm below the.
Yeah, sorry. I just realized that. Sorry to just like throw you under the bus there. It's like, yeah. Hey, just remember.
Here's the thing you could have gotten if you'd rolled better.
So what does this look like? This failure. Let's see. It's not a fumble.
Yeah, the success is she thanks me but would rather be standing alone. I guess failure is it's just kind of like awkward. She doesn't like. I
got a good one.
Or there's nothing to find out. Oh yeah.
She turns Goratrix down, and a moment later she accepts from another knight a dance, and it's
Sir Jareth.
Yes, it is. It's Sir Jareth, your favorite person.
My favorite person in the whole world.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Has a chicken wing that he's been chewing on this entire time, which may have affected the flirting. He doesn't know, but he's like discreetly like biting it into a shiv shape.
Yeah.
He will sit back down, dejected, but he knows he was close. It doesn't matter all that much. He's annoyed that Sir Jareth succeeded, rather than he failed.
Sir Jareth, right? I was saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you see Jareth dancing away with her.
People can say no, like that's perfectly fine. But
no,
saying yes
but
to him
you got the impression that he sought her out almost immediately after seeing you get turned down. Like it was like a power move on his part.
I'll break his
and
legs.
if it's not true, you're almost certain of it regardless. So.
Yeah, exactly. There's just like eyebrow narrows and the Kill Bill music just starts blaring in the background. Exactly. But yeah, like Goratrix says, you can say no. That's perfectly fine. But saying yes to Sir Jareth, he's going to sit back down.
You would those near the salt would notice Goratrix leave with a not as impressed look on his face. So we'll move back. We're back to round 2 now.
Indeed.
which I'm supposed to be counting. Oh, I might have got rid of that part of it. I used to have rounds up there, I thought. Maybe not.
Oh.
But we are in round 2 of the feast. And it's back to Edward.
Alright. Edward is... Well, I'm going to draw another card for Edward.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if I can fuck him up somehow. Let's see.
Assassination.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh!
good. This is really
Host
good.
passes by.
Yeah, this is what I got last time.
Your strongest passion.
Who's the host of this one? Is it still the bishop?
The host in this particular case is King Uther.
Yeah,
King himself.
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. Speak to you about a topic dear to your heart. Of course, it has to be my hate of Saxons. It is my strongest.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 17.
But like, wouldn't like your love of family or like loyalty of
Nope,
lord
that's
be better? Oh my
no,
God.
doesn't even compare.
You know this, man. So,
You know
just
that- yeah,
King Aurelius, just an out of character note for a GM, it makes way more sense that to talk to Uther about his hate for Saxons than it does love of family or anything else. Like this is a warrior man. Like that's all he's known. He wasn't groomed to take over this role. He was the third son, actually, or it was Constans, Aurelius, and then Uther. But maybe Constans was the youngest. But I'm confused. It doesn't matter.
He was somewhere
Constantine
below
was the
line.
king. Then there was,
somewhere,
yeah. Constantine was the king. Uther and Aurelius' dad. Then the first heir that took over the role was Constans, which was like a bit more of a sickly boy. He got killed by his own Pictish bodyguards, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then Uther and Aurelius, who were away fighting off island, returned, and that was the whole. Their whole campaign, King Aurelius' campaign, was noteworthy. It's like in Crusader Kings when you get that really big army and you just go around the whole map destroying everything. Like that's what Aurelius' campaign was like. They suffered very, very minimal defeats there. So if any.
Alright, cool. Well, this is the first time I get to say it. Really gonna roll for racism. I'm excited.
Do you have to actually test it? Do you have to test it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I can test it. It's one of my passions.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
he's passing
go.
by and you just kind of stop him. Nice. He's just passing by. You stop him and you're like, "Hey, fuck Saxons."
Yeah.
Fuck Saxons. Like.
Yeah. Okay.
Well put. +1 to Jimmy.
Yeah. So we can play this out a bit because I think it's an interesting enough point. So you, Edward, a bastard of all people, finds himself in conversation with the king, which is not something that most have the opportunity to hear. Uther says, "You look familiar. The reason why I know you, knight. Did you fight for me in the campaign against the Irish?"
Yes, my king. I was part of the group that was part of the first assault against. We cut through a large swath of them. Me and 2 other fellow knights. In fact, we managed to be up there during the battle against Passions. It was one of my companions that managed to land the final blow.
Ah, yes. Sir Bellius told me about that. You're the 3 knights from Salisbury.
Yes.
Well done. He spoke highly of you. And I have no fondness for the Irish, but Passionate. He was a Saxon through and through. Vortigern's son.
Truly scummiest of scum. Trust me, if I may say, my king, if it were up to me, I'd wipe out every single Saxon we come across.
How hard was that for you to say, Mark? I felt like you struggled there a little bit to employ that.
I was kind of like, how do I put this into the conversation?
Yeah.
Because for one, it's like he does have a dislike for, but it's 17. 17 out of 20 is his hatred. Yeah. It's very strong.
Yeah. He says. He leans in at that point. He actually takes you by the shoulder, and he says, "You and I agree to this. The Saxons have no place here. They're best sent, other than the ones from barracks. Those ones are good." He's making an exception.
Those are the all right ones.
Yeah. But there's Gorlois. Let me tell you, his half-effort job in Salisbury. I wish my brother had not fallen. He would have known what to do with those Saxons, but Gorlois, he's but a fool. Weak-willed, I say.
Indeed, my king.
You can tell there's...
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's well drunk now. Perhaps that's why he went and is oversharing with you in this moment.
It's kind of moments like, wow, this guy really gets where I'm coming from. Oh, he's drunk. Oh well.
Yeah.
What's your name, knight?
Sir Edward.
Edmund.
Yes. Sir Edward of Edmonton.
Edmund. Yeah. Edmund, right. Well, Edmund.
He's mixing the two.
A toast from the king.
Yes, thank you, Your Majesty. And a toast to you as well. I'm sure you will make a great king.
With knights like you, perhaps I will. A high king soon, let us say.
Indeed.
And with that, he wanders off. Merlin actually kind of catches him, and the two of them sort of fold away onto almost out of the courtroom at this point, or the banquet.
I think at this point, Edward at this point would take a seat next to his friends and go, "Holy crap! I just spoke to the king."
Oh yeah,
I saw.
He was very drunk.
How drunk? I didn't think kings could get drunk. I thought they had.
Kind of looks over to him. I imagine kind of like stumbling out of the doorway and go.
Yeah.
Very drunk.
Well, that was cool as hell.
I'm very proud of myself, I must say.
That's certainly.
I didn't throw up on him. That's an achievement.
Yeah, there's lots of talk about the bad food that came out earlier, the meat pies that weren't fully cooked, and lots of people. There's starting to kind of rumors scattering about that a number of the knights had to leave early, knights and ladies. And okay, we'll go to Dalan with that. Dalan, it's your go.
I think Dalan's ready to draw from that deck. Let's get some magic happening. Oh, I can do it myself.
Yes, you can.
Here we go. Ha!
Yeah.
Valorant.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Okay.
Speak of bravery versus foolish recklessness.
Ooh.
Let's see.
I know exactly the story I want to tell about this.
It looks like you're testing your valorous versus your reckless.
Okay, my valorous is higher.
This is reckless, not cowardly, right?
Yeah. So my valorous is higher by 5, which is helpful. We shall see how this goes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll reckless first, and I'm kind of hoping I do not pass because that's actually pretty big. That's a pretty big boom there.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, no.
Wait, it is possible you can roll better on your valorous.
Yeah. There's a good chance you're gonna over test on your Valorous. If you want, you can always try and test your. You can always invoke your passion first if you wanted to. One of your passions, if it made sense.
If he fails, though, what happens? Like, while they're talking about it, he just, like, clutches his head and goes, yeah, my failure.
I need to go to a quiet place. Yeah, it's one of those moments.
Yeah.
And he runs off.
Yeah.
So I'm
Punch
not
dances in the
sure-
forest.
The only passion that I think I could justify using here would be my Sir Goratrix passion, because the story I want to
Aw.
specifically tell was us, pushing through with the Vanguard 2 passions, and specifically the moment of, Goratrix was injured, fighting passions, and there's a chance that, I could cover him and help save his life while still taking the victory. And that moment of not feeling fear and just acting, right? That's the story that Dalan wants to tell. The other, if I can't use that passion though, then
what's your level in that? Just want to make sure you have a good chance of success before we...
Valorous and Sir Goratrix are both at 15.
Okay, so I would say that there's less risk to just rolling Valorous outright in this case.
Right.
But the story you're talking about is still really relevant, because if you fail, I've got an idea for why that could be seen as reckless versus Valorous. So we'll just
Wonderful.
say, yeah.
Excellent. All right, here we go.
Yay!
Alright.
Yay!
Success, but it's not nearly as close as success.
Actually, it doesn't matter.
No,
it's,
it is closer.
it's the higher number. It's like Price is Right. Like
Yeah.
higher
Hey!
number without going over. So
That's right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
You get 2 Gineros here for this round.
Just
You are
oh yeah,
at
because I
3.
get one for being by
Yeah.
default as well.
So these were actually Cornish knights, knights from Cornwall.
Of course they are.
So-
They can lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you mention this, there's that moment of they're like, oh, so you were with Sir Bellius when he fell penchant.
What? Sorry, Bob. I think you cut out for me a little bit there.
Did I?
Did the
Okay.
Knights ask me a question?
Yeah. They
Whoops.
said no. It might have been me that cut out. The knight says, "Oh, so you were with Sir Bellius when he felled the traitor penchant."
Oh. Where perchance did you end up hearing that story?
They look around to each other. It's been going around camp. I don't know. Our armies returned to Cornwall. That's what we were told.
Well, I wouldn't want to endanger Sir Bellius's glory. After all, the man is very much the warrior that he's told to be. But he was with us in the Vanguard, and it was Sir Goratrix who was engaging Passions in single combat. And at the time the Passions fell, it was to my spear. Though I wouldn't take sole credit for it. I doubt I would have been able to pull it off if I wasn't assisted by Sir Edward, Sir Goratrix, both of Salisbury, and of course Sir Bellius as well.
I see. Perhaps we have our information wrong. They kind of
Hopefully it's just a matter of confusion and not a matter of maliciousness. I wouldn't hate for Sir Bellius to end up embarrassed, or any of us either.
They kind of shrug it off. They're in party mode at this point. People are a touch more drunk than your average feast because of the celebratory sort of fashion of this being about the High King or the King's coronation.
Yeah, tragedy and then immediate celebration.
Yeah.
Spells heavy alcohol consumption.
Yeah. but you do get your +1 geniality, and
Hooray!
just for you three to note, so you've heard from Robert and other Cornwall knights that Sir Bellius felt penchant, but Mark, heard from Uther directly about your involvement.
Mm.
So that seems
Although
someone's fucking
the
with
king
us.
was drunk.
odd. And that was... anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to move on to... I think it's back to Goratrix now.
Radio. I am going to draw from the feast deck and hope that I don't get anything too bad. Because I'm going to kill Sir Jareth.
Popular.
Oh, popular. Okay.
Ooh.
Right. Okay. So, does it... This is interesting. I'm popular tonight. Everyone seems drawn to me. It doesn't actually make me roll anything.
It does say...
Yeah, if you roll a success on a proud or failure on modest. So if that comes up and then that happens, I think I discard it as it begins to go to my head. But at the moment...
I can't tell if it's a continuation of it, because...
Yeah, it's like from here forward. So if this were a 5-round feast, this would last for 5 or 3 more rounds, right? It depends on when you pull it.
Yes.
And so it's like a modifier
Bob,
that
for
stays.
flavor wise.
Yeah.
Say that people start coming up to Goratrix after Dalan tells that story about how Goratrix engaged passions in single combat, and that's how that starts circulating.
Yeah. So that's actually really good. We'll stay on top of that. It's like one of those things where, you know what? A couple of the ladies come up and they're like, "So, is it true that there are recent rumors we heard? Were you the one to fell the traitor's remaining son? Because Vortigern is widely regarded as Vortigern the traitor. That's like his title.
Yeah.
I mean, he was King Vortigern, like...
like...
Yeah, not long ago he was King Vortigern, but whatever, you know. Now he's the traitor. Yeah. So.
Oh, well, I wish I could take the credit for that. It was me who engaged him in combat, and it was a wonderful fight, but though I did damage, it was not me who felled him. It was my friend and companion, Sir Dalan, over there. But the fight went for a while. You know how combat can get.
It's about this point,
No, wait,
Matt.
you don't. Let me tell you.
And as you're talking, everyone's in the conversation, their heads turn as Prince Matic walks by, and he walks right up to Goratrix and gives Goratrix a firm sort of shoulder clasp and says, there you are. Congratulations on your successes in the battle.
And the same to you, Prince Matic. You are officially crowned prince now.
It feels good. I do wish to talk to Edward at some point about this, just to remind him of what can be even when you're born of only partial noble blood. But
it would mean the world to him.
I have duties to attend to first. He kind of looks at a couple of the girls. You know, for a moment he has their attention, and then he walks off, and then their attention comes back to you. Right after.
Yeah, just got talked to by the Crown Prince.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me tell you about how we met.
Yeah. So at that point, now they're like even more interested. Like they're 2 times more interested, right? Now you're the famous guy who got talked to by the even more famous guy. So. Yeah.
Very nice. Goratrix has got to thank Sir Dalan later. Let me add some geniality.
It's not exclusive to, you know, there's knights that also will come by and talk to you as well. Just thought I'd mix it up. I also do intend, for anyone watching or playing, I do intend to include a lot more of the lady cast as we get a little bit further, but I'm also trying to avoid too much effort or focus on these 3 characters and their romance and marriage kind of setup. Doesn't mean you can't pursue it, I'm just not emphasizing it right now. It'll be a lot more important for the other folks, but yeah. probably worth noting, we're going to play with the rules where, the next edition of this game does allow, like, finally has baked in more modern concepts of sex and gender, including identity. Like, it's moving in that direction. This one has it. It's just within sort of, it's like an unwritten rule. It's like a 10-year-old-ish game, or version of the game. But we are playing within the one where it's possible for Lady Knights to exist, but they'll be more like Brienne of Tarth. Like, they'll have struggles in being that, right? Or I guess Joan of Arc is sort of a theme. So playing with some of those more gritty themes.
Time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good that they're making a move towards that, because while it may not be like historical or like in the Arthurian mythos, it was written in the medieval times. And the late Renaissance. And it's good to take that part, what we like.
I was about to say the Arthurian legends. Ooh, very historical things there. Yeah.
Yeah, extremely.
Not at all. Not historical, but historically themed, like Game of Thrones or something.
Pseudo history.
Yeah, history and legend. That's for sure. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was legend, then pseudo history, and then French fan fiction.
Yes. Which is Le Morte d'Arthur, right? Thomas Mallory. Well, I think, was he French, or did he just end up in prison in France? I forget.
It could be both. I think it's both. I know Lancelot was a big part of the French fan fiction angle, and then Galahad was the English fan fiction angle.
Is there any like discernible difference between being from France and being locked in prison in France? I think it's the same.
Probably different time periods. It's like when in your life.
Yeah.
It's like the time before and after. It's like, is there any difference in King Henry VIII's court? When you had your head versus when you didn't. Just depends. Right? So
it's roughly the same. Roughly.
It's just a matter of time. Eventually, you lose your head in this court. All right. So we left off. That was popular last with Goratrix. So we're on to the final rounds, and we're back to Edward. Keep in mind, there are more people than who's here. So
Edward is going to draw another feast.
It's fair.
Oh, yeah. I love the feast. Oh, nice.
Chivalrous. Conversation turns to matters of chivalry. 1d6.
And whichever one of these you roll, you got to roll that thing, right?
Yes.
Okay,
hold on. I roll.
This is
Yeah. I roll randomly to select a valor. I got
perfect.
Valorous.
Yeah.
It's the best one I'm at, yeah.
And is that considered a critical, or is that what he's testing?
No.
Yeah,
he's testing
when I'm testing it, yeah. Alright, here we go. Let's go.
Oh,
critical!
Yes.
Hell yeah.
God, that's
nice.
So good.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see.
You show wisdom and impress others. +2 geniality.
Well, let's play this.
You were just talked to by the king. You are top knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of Edward being like, what makes a knight is valor and slaying Saxons, but mostly valor.
All right, I think this is a big enough moment. Who would this audience be? I think it's worth. Does it say who the audience is?
If you can't kill homegrown Saxons, store-bought is fine. The conversation turns to matters of chivalry, show wisdom, and impress others.
Okay.
Conversation with other knights, or just people traveling.
I'm going to say it's people. It's a gathering of people. Most of the Salisbury folk are here. Sir Elad, Jareth, actually, and Jareth's the one to actually. He's the one to actually kind of test you with a question here. And he says, he just wants to see how quick you are on your feet with this. He says, "Tell us, Sir Edward. It seems you had some recent success. If the stories are true, what does it mean to be a knight of Salisbury, a knight of Logris?" And there's like, you see Sir Lad. Like most of the knights are here. That which I did name, and I forgot to get you the details. The lady that you encountered previously, she's also within this crowd.
Okay. I think in this case,
break him.
Yeah.
The proper thing to do would be to like move. So if you were to shit on Jareth in this moment, you would kind of look like you'd be bringing yourself down to his level. The best thing you can do is sail over the top.
Yeah. You would say, to be a knight, especially when facing threat on the battlefield, is to be valorous and brave. Without bravery, we are nothing but shallow men fighting over pointless conflicts. No, a knight fights for their lord, for their king, for their country. Without valor, we would be nothing more than peasants, carrying sharpened sticks, broken ends of barrels. No, it is important for us all to do what me and my fellow knights did on that battlefield. To stand for something, for king and country, to show that we are truly valorous.
To King Uther, they say, and they raise their glasses.
King Uther!
Yeah, there's a big clinking of glasses and cheering. It's enough to catch the attention of most of the court, which justifies the +2 geniality. So, good job. And okay, that brings us to Dalan.
And then I break his kneecap. No.
Yeah, Jareth kind of gives you a nod, almost like he's like touche, but it's sort of like, you know, when you're playing that opponent in a long game, right? It's like
I feel like there would be, if there could be, there would be like a moment where like, as like the crowd disperses, it would just be Edward walking up to him and saying, at least perhaps that was something you would understand if you were there that day. And then he would walk off.
Yeah, and just to give Thomas a bit of like entertainment out of this, he goes to turn to the girl that he was just dancing with before this all happened, and she's kind of like shrinks off, like kind of shirks him off, and leaves him at this point.
Very good.
So
there is no corner of my heart that I will not betray to see this random NPC destroyed.
I'm not gonna lie, watching you guys, like I legit think you guys are getting more kicks off of spurting this NPC that you guys don't like than you were when we killed Atkins, the traitor. It's just funny.
I will be honest, I really am. Fuck this dude. Fuck this dude and his imaginary kingdom. Or his imaginary lordship.
Alright,
he's a knight, not a lord.
That's true, he's just a knight.
I'm gonna do a feast deck.
Alright.
Gotta get that generality.
Geniality.
Yeah, whatever.
More something like that. Ooh. Oh.
Another plate of food is brought out. Hopefully not from the same place that the one that Edward got is from.
I think Edward already succeeds on this if Indulgent wins.
Oh no, this is a very different thing. So this is more players, This is more like, do you like stuff your face kind of thing. Like you're testing your temperament versus your indulgence, because you're like, oh, that boar was so good, I had a lot, and then they like drop some amazing like pastry in front of you, and it, you know, that like Thanksgiving dinner feeling. You're like, you're like, or any feast, right? You're at, and you're like, oh, I'm absolutely full, and then the dessert comes out, and you're like, well, yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't say no to some, oh no! I wouldn't say no to some chocolate pud. Do we all roll this?
It is.
It says all players. Under temperance
I thought
versus
both of them.
indulgence.
One of them was indulgent. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, it is all
Yeah.
players. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is everybody.
let's see. Oh, I'm critical on temperate. I don't know what that does.
That
What
means,
does a fumble on indulgent do? Does it just mean like he couldn't eat another bite?
well, I mean, if it's a comparison between the two, like to see which one wins out. I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So by
Whichever is
the way,
best.
that mandatory indulgent, if you had indulgence of 16 and you had 3 cards to choose from because you're a super glory bound knight or whatever,
Oh.
you would have to choose this card if you were indulgent.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, so there are cards like that.
You'd Homer Simpson pie,
Yeah.
and you just leave what you're doing. I don't think there's any failure case in this one, right?
And not really.
Only if
That's-
indulgent
yeah.
wins, yeah.
Aside
Yeah, if
aside
indulgent
from
wins, then you make a con.
Dalan, you get to for. Oh wait, what is it?
If indulgent
Indulgent
wins,
Oh, okay.
then he has to make a con check, and if that con check fails, then he misses the next round, which doesn't happen anyway.
Also, please tick indulgent
Hmm.
because you critical on that one. You fumbled
fumbled
them.
it.
Shall I tick temperate?
Yes. And on that note, there were a couple other criticals that were important, right, tonight? Mark could tick Valorous if you don't have it checked.
I already did that.
Okay.
Took her.
Constitution, wait, that you don't get to do that.
I can't tick it.
And you get 1 geniality, because you are near the salt.
So, all right. So you passed. Actually, yeah. So Sir Dalan, you have to check Constitution now.
Well, technically, indulgent fumbled.
Oh, right. That's true. That's a really good point.
It's not correct.
I'm doing that backwards. So you tested temperate and indulgent. You actually are temperate in this case, right? Because we'll say that you eat past like where you should, maybe kind of quickly, but not enough to actually get sick or anything, right? So that's kind of how we'll play it out. So you do give in, yeah. You do give in. You're like, yeah, I'm eating some of that, but you don't get sick and have to leave. You don't have to test that at all.
Yeah. Wonderful.
I know my appetites, but I'm not going to fight anyone over the chicken. Yet.
Yet. I feel like that's more Edward's thing.
It depends on how hungry I am.
All right, and then Mark, or it's Goratrix that has popular, right? Shouldn't have moved that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you may choose for this is the final feast round.
I am going to draw a feast card. I stick with popular, but let's see. Let's see what else I get. Do I vomit on my adoring crowd?
Yes.
Well, yes, if it's a question. A serving girl flirts.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
You and your
Oh.
face.
Yeah, I'm getting this a lot. All right. Roll on childbirth this winter phase? Okay.
Uh-oh, yeah.
A young serving girl flirts with me. So I'm looking to succeed, but not too badly.
You don't?
All right, let me
Yeah.
roll flirting, see how it goes.
This is now. You know what
Actually, I
this?
don't think-
Oh, it's a serving girl though. It's not.
Actually,
it's
yeah,
not a
that-
lady.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I do want to succeed because Goratrix is a pagan, and filling out the family is a fine thing that he looks for. However, I
thinks-
understand it will make a problem for his family, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Don't fumble, you bastard. Hey, that's a success.
Okay.
That is +1 geniality, and flirting works. Perhaps fueled by
flirting check.
Yeah, you can check
flirting
flirting automatically off that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so Both you guys
Yes.
got a 7 geniality, and I am still here at 4. That's such a bummer.
So perhaps. Oh no, I just got 5. Perhaps fueled by his popularity, like people are paying more attention to Goratrix, and Goratrix is drinking it in. Goratrix is perfectly happy to share stories, to flirt, to laugh, to joke. Everyone can be his friend.
Makes sense. I think in this case, you don't leave with her. That would have been the critical success, right? Is
Yes.
you depart the feast with the girl.
Depart like immediately.
Yeah, but if you want the whole sleep with the serving girl, it's a viable thing in this scenario. Do you want to test anyways?
Right now.
Okay. You can do the winter phase because that's what it talks about. You can decide. So.
Yeah. We'll talk about it then. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Perfect.
I need an army of children, but I don't need it right now.
Go phrase. Yeah. All right. So we have our.
I cannot stress it enough. If I were in the phrase situation, I'd be very happy. As it is, like one bad illness would wipe out my family. I've got 3 knights, 2. And I am 1. My primary character is the other one.
Exactly. So there actually is a Christmas court this year as well. It's back in Salisbury because it doesn't make sense for you guys not to go back home. You are like the last line of defense for your manors. Like you have nobody else there. You would have gone back for the winter. So not too much really happens there. It's just discussion. Like Sir Elad we'll find a few minutes with the 3 of you. So we'll just kind of move to a general sort of role-playing scene here.
Sure, I'll have a Sinterklaas. What's up?
Elad comes up to the 3 of you. I don't think I've had the opportunity to congratulate you on the news. You killed the betrayer's son. Your fathers would all be proud, and your grandfathers even.
Thank you, sir. It is very kind to hear those words.
Quite so. To fell such a foe, the 3 of us together, it was wonderful, like out of the stories.
Indeed. Yes.
I hope that you understand that we will most certainly need you present here and around Sarum. That's, by the way, Sarum is the capital of Salisbury. We'll need you here till such a time as things are more stable and we've had an opportunity to beat back the Saxons.
Of course. I will be in the lands anyway. I am the only fighting knight for Winterborn Stoke. In fact, in our absence, there were some bandit problems. They stole some horses. I aim to restore order to my lands and get them back in short order.
Yes, of course, it would be our honor.
The Count would be grateful, but so am I. It's good to have brave knights here. And I know all of you are, well, 3 of you are, but household knights. But I see a bright future for each and every one of you.
Thank you for saying so. You honor us.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
With the way that Goratrix and Edward fought on the field that day, I would say that's justified. Thank you.
I was told, while passing through the Vale, to speak to you, Dalan.
Oh?
Yes. What was his name? Dulois? I forget. forget the knight's name. You must apologize. I must apologize. I've had so much to deal with this year, but it was a matter to do with your sister, a marriage proposal, I believe.
Yes, of course. I was I sent him a letter rather recently. I wasn't sure if it had arrived yet.
He told me.
For some reason, he thought it was a declaration of war. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
He told me that he had planned to be here in Sarum, but due to changes in the Vale, he would have to stay there for the Christmas court. He sends his regrets.
What a shame. I should hope that Elizabeth will be able to attend the Christmas. Thank you for passing this message along.
And with that, he departs.
Goratrix, remember that thing that I wanted to talk to you about at the funeral?
Yes.
Is now
a
yes, now a good time. Wonderful. Hi, Edward. I'll see you later.
It's all right. I will see you both later.
Thank you.
Prince Maddock, in fact, expressed a desire to speak to you. I'm not sure if he'll seek you out or if it's like an open invitation, but he means to talk to you.
I might wander the grounds for a bit, see if I run into it. Otherwise, I will wish you both well this night.
Same to you, my friend.
Let him turn and leave, leaving the other two to themselves.
Dalan.
Hi.
Hi.
Forgive me for the strangeness of the situation, Goratrix, but I need advice.
Of course, and incidentally, of all the people to apologize to for strangeness, I am not one of them.
I suppose that's true.
I apply woe to myself before doing battle. It's good.
It's coming to be of the point now where my closest sister, Elizabeth, is starting to get more and more marriage inquiries, and I'm not sure if that's what she wants. But I also understand that our family is rather small right now, and there's a great deal of value that could be placed on marriage.
From my very limited understanding of the situation that you were in, I myself have no sisters. You and Elizabeth have a duty to fulfill your obligations to the tribe, the family, to increase it, to make it prosper. But, in my mind, it should not happen at the expense of either of your wishes. If Elizabeth does not wish to marry someone, she should not. I realize it is not exactly mainstream, but I cannot imagine a marriage born of hatred or worse, tepid disinterest. I think you and Elizabeth should do what you think is right. But of course, you must at least introduce her to some people. I'm sure there are good matches.
Of that, I have no doubt. I simply find it unlikely that she'll find many acceptable. She has very particular tastes, and has been rather reclusive. And while I'd love to facilitate these kinds of meetings, I suppose I'm rather protective, and with me away for so long and so much, it makes it... perhaps you would be willing to come and meet her at some point? Just hopefully another friend's eyes and ears might help me assess the situation.
I would be honored. Certainly I will assist in any way I can. You can tell that he's like, is he sitting me up? No, it should be good. It should be just what he said.
I'm very much ignorant in these kinds of areas, so whatever assistance you could give me is incredibly valued. And I hope you also... Dalan looks around for a little bit before saying this next part about... I hope you also maintain some level of discretion. I trust that you understand, but I just have to say for my own sanity.
I do. I understand the love for one's family, and though I do not have a sister, I can understand your protectiveness and indeed your desire to wish her happy. Also, why is it that whenever someone discusses gossip, they do a little head swivel? I've seen it 7 times.
Handmaidens tend to like to listen from just far enough away, so it helps to double check, make sure you're not ignorant of any wandering ears.
Oh, at this he does look around. He does full on head check. Well, I think we're good. But yes, of course, I will help how I can. As I've said, I have less experience than you. I just do what feels right.
I somehow doubt that, but still, thank you. That's all I needed to speak with you about.
Of course.
All right, good scene. And we're gonna go to the winter phase now, which is the end of the night. So
glorious.
The accounting phase. I kid mostly. I mostly kid.
Please tell me there's no Google Forms.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm so incredibly excited for the accounting weather stuff. I'm so looking forward to it.
Let me...
Also, the Google Forms were fine. You know you loved them secretly. Oh, do you mind if I quickly take a break? It's still just 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I need to refill my water bottle.
Yeah.
See you guys soon.
I'm trying to think of the easiest way to share this.
I will also be right back.
Sounds good. I know what I'll do. I'll get it in Roll20. Might take me a moment, but I will do. Let me see here. Okay. Let's see if this actually works. So I'm gonna try a high enough res shot. If it doesn't work, we'll resort to plan B. So there's almost like a summary chart. I'm gonna give this a go. So I've taken the screen capture. And I'll see how awful that screen capture is. We'll add something new. We'll put it in handouts. Add a handout. We'll name the handout Winter Phase.
I am back. Hello, people.
Hello. I'm just seeing if I can screen cap this in a way. If not, I'll talk you guys through it, but it'd be nice if you could see it too.
How do I see it?
1 sec. Okay.
Also,
So you should see it in handouts.
Yeah.
See if it blows up well. If it doesn't blow up well, then I'll just have to walk you guys through it.
It doesn't really blow in that well. Hold on, let me quickly... If you open an image in a new tab, it works fine. But yeah, so long as you click it, then zoom in, then open the image in a new tab, then zoom in again, it's good.
I figured out a way. I can just there we go. It's on the screen now. It's a little janky. I can hide that though. I'll hide the dice roller and then it'll look okay. There we go.
Alrighty. Also, Liam, are you there? Ah, he's not. I had my suspicions about something involving Liam, and they were at a solid 80%, and now they're at a 95.
Keep it. Remember, there's a fan base, so leave it off screen. Yeah.
Yep.
That goes for any sort of theories that aren't that are player in player theories, especially.
Of course. I won't tell anyone that Uther is secretly Merlin.
Yes.
I am back.
Welcome back.
He's past Merlin. All right.
Yeah, I never understood the whole aging in reverse thing. Like, I don't know where it began, and I don't know how it works.
Yeah. You've not seen that movie? What's the name of that movie with Brad Pitt?
Merlin?
Where he ages in reverse.
Button.
Yeah, Benjamin Button. The case of... Is it Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Curious case.
I think it's a curious case of Benjamin Button.
It's the curious case of Merlin.
But, like, how does he start? Does he start, like, in a coffin?
He started as an old man.
Yeah, he was born as an old man in that movie.
Yeah. Technically, I think
that would
he's
fucking
born as a
hurt.
demon?
Yeah, some demon-related thing, and that's why he
I think traditionally Merlin is like
the
hot
son of a demon or
or
something.
like
Yeah,
that, yeah. And then he was like purified in holy water or something.
yeah, purified in holy water, and he was just a wizard, and then he was just this old man, and recently he was a 16-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Weird timey-wimey bullshit.
Wibbly wobbly.
Wait. Discworld. There's no thought.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
All right. So experience rolls. Roll on every tick skill. Trait and passion. Increase by 1 if you roll over its value, and if the value is already 20, it increases on a roll of 20.
Roll over, so if it's
15, so you want to fail the roll now, and then you gain the skill. So if you fail your skill check, so it's harder. Basically, it's harder to get skills that you already have high.
Okay.
If I get a 15, does it go up? If I get a crit, rather.
I don't think so.
No.
That sucks.
Because it can't go up if it's 20.
No, if it's 20, it goes up on a roll of 20.
Oh, no.
I think that's only for that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna look it up while I do the other stuff.
Look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's the one time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, success in general is not to your favor, so I imagine critical is not any better. But
I'm succeeding on everything.
Wow, Thomas, you're rolling so well when you really
everything.
shouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm Jesus, this is nuts. Okay, let's see. Okay, finally. Merciful goes up by 1. Let's roll temperate. No. I never succeed this often.
I think you're doing great.
Forgiving.
And
forgiving, yeah.
Oh yes, I fumbled on energetic. Nice. I'm 17 energetic.
There you go.
Yeah, that's me. I succeeded on almost everything. Jesus Christ.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. So everything that's got the check mark, yeah?
Yeah, everything that's
Yep.
got the check mark, and you want to fail the roll to get it higher, basically.
I've fumbled and critted on a lot of shit, so here we go. I will start with Lance. I did not up my Lance. And then I uncheck it.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's do awareness.
Oh, it didn't roll.
It did not roll.
Try it again.
Hey, nice.
Hey! There you
Up
go.
by 1?
Yep.
Yep.
This is a pretty long year for you guys. So.
Yeah.
Courtesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suck at that too.
There you go.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Dan? Why was dancing check? Did I dance?
We'll have to go back.
Yeah, we'll have to look through the logs.
I think there was something.
It
Something where
was
you had to roll
something.
down.
We had a feast. Yes, there was a list of like poetry, dancing, and then what was that?
God, critical flirt. God damn it.
Yeah, now you get a critical
Yeah.
flirt.
Did you look that up yet, Thomas? Just to confirm.
I'm looking it up now. It's in different places, which is annoying.
Yeah.
116.
Hey!
I'm a slightly
Very
better
nice.
artist now.
Where's page? Okay, here we go.
I don't think I got any crits or fumbles on intrigue, which sucks because I used that one a lot. I would have liked to up that one.
Yeah. No, well, there is like this is like your freebie earnings, but you get it to up whatever you want as well.
Yeah.
So later on.
I am more cruel now.
Oh, nasty.
So
More cruel.
that lowers merciful by 1, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Low is merciful. And
Well,
it's cool.
did you test
You always
merciful
have
as
to-
well? Because you might
I
as well.
did not.
Okay.
As well.
Then yes, you go up. You go down in merciful by 1. You go up in cruel by 1. What is that? Is that just 11-9?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So not enough. Once it starts to hit 15-16, that's when it starts to be like a, you don't even get to test it in certain scenarios. You just are it.
That's a big deal.
It'd be great if Dalan was just this like cruel bastard by the end of it. Yeah. You're good for reckless, indulgent. Ooh, you're a little bit more indulgent.
No, I like my temperance.
Well, 9 is not bad, honestly. 9-11's very. Yeah.
I'm at 12, I think, in temperance now. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, because I was at 13.
Well, then that's fair to be annoyed by that.
Okay, next. Oh, trusting and suspicious.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay, so you're not more trusting.
Okay.
You are more suspicious.
There you go.
You have been very trusting recently.
But I've also been very much like, I think our king might have been murdered, you guys. So,
Yes.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, I'm not sure how this is gonna go.
Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm good.
Did you roll combat?
I only ever use my lance.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Good. Alright. In which case, it's me go.
Yes, sorry.
Alright.
Forgot about that part. I need to add the dice roll back.
Woo! Battle goes up.
It specifically says greater, so I think I don't increase my sword.
Yeah, correct. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, because anything that's... Well, look at Mark getting these
Another
rolls
good one.
Yeah, nice.
One.
on the things that are hard to gain, too. Look at that.
Indeed.
Damn,
Look at you.
Mark,
if for any other time, I'd be rolling horribly.
Yeah, well, Mark, shit, you are
Yes.
rolling horribly. That's just working to your benefit.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't see anything about me that needed improvement. I just needed to be a little better at, being nice.
intrigue, no. Oh, that's one I really could have used.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's fair.
Ooh, singing. Yay! Someone goes up by one.
Because, hey, why not? Not intrigue, but singing. Yeah, we need the Drake meme for that.
That's what we really need, yeah. Alright, energetic. Ooh. It's being slow on me.
Yeah, I haven't seen it go through.
I think my internet's being screwy. Oh, I succeeded.
Bummer.
I love how it's prefaced by "oh."
Cruel!
Oh, you're more cruel.
Oh.
I got more merciful. You guys are just getting meaner.
I'm gonna break his legs. Just watch me.
I'm gonna do that too.
Mercifully break his leg. Alright.
This is better for you if I break your legs here.
Okay, I failed proud.
No,
That's
yeah,
not as-
specifically this guy and the Crown Prince were talking about killing you. This is better for all of us.
And finally, Valorous! Ah, damn it.
No such thing as a fucking hero.
Oh, no, wait. I get the gratitude of rolling loyalty, Lord, for the great battle that we did in his name. Fuck, I succeeded.
I mean, you're already pretty fanatical, so like.
Mark's like energetic.
It's like I'd
nah,
fight you.
cruel, yes. Proud, yes. These are those knightly qualities.
Only
we're
the
looking
best.
for. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since,
All right. So, on to the next phase. Next phase is we get to bypass aging because none y'all too old, but you all should raise your age by 1 year because you're 1 year older.
Woo.
Next we play.
I am now 22. Happy birthday.
I'm now 23.
Ooh.
I'm 24. I'm the oldest?
Yeah.
The fuck?
And then we get to go.
Yeah, I'm the baby of the bunch.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't need to do household survival yet. We're not going to get into those roles until we take over the lords, right? The primary characters. However,
every time I get a letter from home, my second thought is, "Oh God, someone died, and there's no."
Oh God,
more
who's
heir."
dead?
Yes. My first thought, however, is, "Hey, great to hear from them."
no, we're not in childbirth yet. Aging doesn't matter. Onto economic circumstances. There is an economic circumstance. We'll do like the high level of this. There is circumstances. It's going to be -1 to this check. These checks aren't going to matter that much, right, until you take over your lords. But I think it's good, like, to get familiar with them. Nope, we're not, because it's way more detail than I want. We're just going to thematically gloss over that. We will get into the economics of the game, but not yet, because I want that to be when you are actually the lords of the house. It makes way more sense. Just note that there are negative modifiers, like things. A lot of winter is just repairing the shit that happened due to the raids, the Saxon raids that took place this season in your lands.
Indeed.
So thematically, that's what you.
Yeah. Should I make a stable roll? Because my stables were actively messed with.
No, not in this case. We've already secured what your trouble was out of that, which is still the missing round C, the extra round C you're missing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So on to Family roles. Let's see here. Is anyone? You know what? I don't think a random marriage makes sense. But let's jump to childbirth, because that might make sense for Thomas specifically. Handmaid.
Lustful is one of the virtues of the pagan religion.
Yeah. Yep. So.
So childbirth or random marriage?
No, childbirth.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
this
man,
is
what do you
super
think? You're being
legitimate.
classy
Super
about this?
legitimate. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna roll 1d20. I do not want an 11 or 12. Okay. 18. That's child born.
There you go.
Hey.
Nice.
There's just some nice druid lady somewhere.
Funny.
Okay.
Roll 1d6 for each child born. An odd number equals female, an even equals male.
And if you could call your number, like after you roll it, just let us know what it is, just because I'm not showing the dice roller right now.
I shall. I rolled an 18, which means a child is born, not a twin, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I will roll a d6. I got 2. I have a son. I have a son.
There you go.
He will be the first of many in my army of babies.
You have a son, but we'll have to name the handmaiden, make her a bit more of a character. Could be or serving girl. But we'll get back to that when it matters.
Yeah, in the case that Goratrix dies, or I move to my primary character, and he dies too, I need someone to play from this family who isn't, them, because otherwise I have to get a new one.
It's very fair. Yep. Okay, so now we get to the fun part, training and practice.
I have to roll on the child survival table. Sorry.
No, you don't. Not at first point.
No, it specifically says including the newborn.
Okay. Yeah. Then please do that.
Yeah. All right. Let's check it out. So I have to roll a 3 or above.
Yeah.
18. They're perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
They took Goratrix's constitution, which means they are like about this big. All right, great. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
No, good.
Yeah, we're gonna for this particular downtime. We're not gonna worry about family events, and I want to do the whole Lord's Justice thing, but we'll hold off on that as well. So that brings us to training and practice. So do one of the following. You can. So this is the point where the 3 you get to choose. You can add 1d6 plus 1. Point to any one skill up to 15. So at 15 you can no longer do that. You can add 1 point to any skill up to 20. So if you add to something that is a 3, you get to add 5 to it, or 1d6 plus 1 to it. Sorry. If you're adding to a skill that's already at 15 or above, you get to add 1 point to it. Right? You can increase an attribute, trait, or passion by 1 as well. And so you get to do one of those things. So if you're going to go with a skill that's under 15, you're rolling a d6 and you're adding a 1 to it, and you get to add that many points to that skill. If you're going with a skill at 15 or above, you can roll, you get to add 1 point to it, or you can add 1 point to an attribute, trait, or passion of your choice. Save for size. Size is not an option.
And how many of those do we have again?
Just 1. 1 per year.
Just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can pick one of those 3 options. I'm torn about what to do. I want to get better at my sword, but I can only do that by 1 to get to 16. I could increase my battle, but I've got a plethora of other things that I'm not very good at that would make my life easier to increase.
I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to increase sword. So I want to beat that fancy bastard.
Yeah, you got to beat that fancy bastard next time.
Yeah.
And
so
you get that to 17 too.
Yep, 17. So Edward puts a point in sword.
Oh, I want to be good at sword too, but 1d6 plus 1 is a good number.
My dream is to get up to sword 20.
That's my dream too. I want to hit things good.
I'm thinking I used a lot of awareness and was not super great at it, but I also used a lot of intrigue. So really it's between one or the other for me.
Oh, no, if you choose 1d6 plus 1, you have that as a pool to increase all of your stuff that are below 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you roll 1d6 plus 1, and then you have that many to put into your skills.
Okay.
Into one skill. Into one skill.
What would be the other?
No. It says any combination of one or more skills or combat skills may be improved, but not a non-knightly skill.
What was the other option again?
You can add any skill. You can add one, and that doesn't have the limit of being above 50 or under 15, right? So you could add 1 point to. I think Mark just did to swords to turn it from 16 to 17. Then your other options are raise a passion by 1, a trait by 1, or an attribute by 1.
Okay. I think I'm gonna up the skills. I think that's valuable for me right now. So it's 1d6 plus what
one.
would in? Plus 1.
I'm legitimately torn. I do want to be good at swording. Hey, that's the best you could get.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. So 7. You got 7 points to add, which is pretty good.
Yeah, you could get one up to 15 and the other to 12. Yeah, I think I'll follow in the footsteps of my friend Edward. Goratrix is Himbo Knight.
I imagine we did some sword training together.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. I'm good with it. All right. So back to winter phase. That gets you guys are done training then, right? All 3 of you did that?
Yep.
Yep. Now we get to. Oh, by the way, for that, for being present at the coronation, you get plus 50 glory as well, just for being there.
Gotcha. Woo. So that's 100 for this session.
Yeah. So we're gonna walk through calculating glory. So we're gonna do that, the whole thing right now. So we got to walk through each of the events where you guys earn glory. So let's start by tallying up. What was your total glory from the first feast?
Oh, hold on. Let me.
So.
From the first feast.
Yeah, Thomas. In this case, do you want to be the players' sort of accountants for this one?
Sure thing.
Yeah.
All right. Goratrix earned 70, Dalan earned 10, and Edward earned 20.
Okay.
But we added that already.
Okay. Well, you might have, but let's just verify. So keep those.
I put it in my total and moved it out of this game.
Oh, okay.
Mine's currently all in this game.
Yeah, you want to count this game until the winter phase in the future, but it's all good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So
for Edward, it adds up to 280. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah.
Let's start with what were all your starting glories before that scene, and then I think that's the best place to start, if that makes sense. So, and then Thomas can track that for us.
Right. I will say that I don't know myself. I believe it's probably can be extrapolated from the family tree, but I've changed my glory a couple of episodes.
Gotcha. It's okay. Were you all caught up to this episode? Because that's, if you're all caught up to this episode, then it doesn't matter. Then we can.
I have been.
Oh, I can add
minus
now.
the battle, obviously. Like, so up
Yeah,
to
minus the battle.
yeah. So if you're up to the battle, then I can give you the battle piece, and then we'll go from there.
Indeed. The only thing I had.
I don't think I.
Yeah,
One of you.
I don't remember if we were counting family tree stuff, because this is not technically our main character, it's our other character.
We were. It's what we started with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same thing.
okay. So I don't think I wrote that down, but it's the number that we have on that, right?
Yeah.
That plus whatever we've gotten. The only thing I haven't added is battle stuff and current geniality.
I think I've just added it all together for the game bit, because I still have my starting glory in my total glory.
Yeah. So my starting glory was 219, and then not counting battle stuff, I've earned 120. That sounds right.
And then 1,000 for being a knight.
Yeah, 1,000.
That's right. And then 1,000 for knight.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, how did I get so much? But there you go.
Yeah. And I started at 170, 1,000 for being a knight, plus 280.
I must have started at something, surely.
It'd be whatever your other character is.
Yeah,
Double check.
that's a good point. Let me take a quick look.
You would. It
I
just
didn't have
started
mine.
at 1,000 is what you started at before everything. You don't get your household knight has his father's glory, and your uncles presumably didn't have the same level of glory. And in Mark's case, you're if you're the actual son of the same guy, then you can inherit that same glory. That is the advantage.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's jump to the Battle of Menavia, where you earned a whole bunch of glory. Okay, so just gonna do some math here. 45 per round. So that's we're gonna give you guys 7 rounds out of the 9 because you kind of weren't there for the tail end of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
7
I have
7 times 45? Or is
yeah.
it 40?
7 times 45, which is 315.
315.
And then you're going to times that by 2, which is 630, for the fact it was a decisive victory.
Oh.
Yep.
And then you're going to times that by 1.5 for being outnumbered 2 to 1.
Bob.
hell yeah.
I consistently flunked math classes.
Yeah, 945 glory
945.
is what
For each
you
of
all.
us?
I got my calculator out.
Yeah,
Yep,
for each of you.
for the battle.
Cool.
And then on top of that, for killing Passioned and splitting that apparently 4 ways, is the way that works, each of you gains 300 glory.
All right.
And
Yeah,
then
the only thing I'm a little bit iffy about is Belias, and honestly, Belias is a cool guy.
I mean, he was there. Like, he did
Yeah,
fight
he was
him.
there. He was fighting
Yeah.
3 of them before we had to put in.
Yeah,
That's
that's what.
300 for the passions?
300 for the Passions. Yeah.
Cool.
And then Liam, you get to add plus 10 for the final blow.
Hell yeah.
Because that now came out socially. That was something I was going to add. So that's you sharing, you getting that card and sharing that story ends up being why you get that. So.
Alright,
So
1,245, 1,255 for Dalan.
1,375 is what I've got, but that's plus the
Yeah, plus the stuff we got.
Yeah.
So you guys should be in the 2000s, right? Because you start as 1,000 for being a knight.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so what are the final glories?
This plus 1. I think I counted the original family stuff, but my current total is 2,744.
Nice. Oh, Mark, you're on mute.
Oh, he's
Whoa.
gone.
Oh,
You have to
He
go
died.
cameraless.
he's back.
No, it's fine.
There we
now.
go.
He
Yeah.
on the camera. Hello.
I'm back.
Yes.
Hello. Yes, I got 2,395.
Okay. Just go ahead and record these numbers in there.
Yep.
And then we'll move on to Liam.
Hi. This is also without my family glory. I've got 2,375. I don't know how, but I do.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, those are your new glories. So there's a big addition you get for that.
In addition to the geniality from this feast.
Oh, please add that in as well, because you haven't,
That
right?
was added on my end.
If you haven't added that in,
I already added it.
You got 4 geniality, Dalan, which means 40 glory to you.
Oh, it's because it's time 10. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glory to you and your house.
Okay. And that brings us all up to speed, right?
Yep.
I actually think in a single year, Edward has surpassed the glory of his father and grandfather.
I mean, you guys did kill Passion. That was
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
We did pretty good, all told.
That was a dangerous.
Nothing
that was a dangerous move. That could have been the death of a character or more. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I felt that. I aged a little bit.
And then, sorry, Thomas, but for the first, was that the glory for the first one, for the second one, or for them both?
For the second.
For the second.
Because you earned 4 geniality there.
That's right. I was a fucking nerd in a stupid little salt pile. Anyway,
Sitting in a pile of salt.
yeah, I'd say that was a pretty good year for knights. I mean, it's pretty good.
I mean, certainly our king died, but we did good.
Yeah. We didn't die. That's a victory.
Yeah.
I know Dalan has definitely surpassed their family line with glory here, so that's cool.
So here's another cool thing. So you now apply a bonus because you've gone over the 1,000 threshold for the next level of your glory. You get to add 1 point to any attribute, trait, passion, or skill.
Oh.
Ooh.
You know I'm gonna put it in sword.
I could.
At this
Screw
point,
it.
Yeah, at this point,
I'll put it in sword.
At this point, it's more advantageous to you to do it because it's going to be harder to get it later. But I realize we are becoming very dependent on our ability to hit things.
I'm sure that will never come back to bite us.
Oh wait,
Not at
did
all.
you say attribute as well? Did you say attribute as well?
Yes.
Because I'm wondering.
Not size though.
Not size. Okay.
Technically, the glory bonus is not restricted. Does not restrict on size. However, I think to make that make sense, it needs to be. It's not going to be every single year, and probably that you're going to cap out at like somewhere short of your Kimric like limit, which is 18. So I'd say you special request. There might be a scenario where I'm like, especially if you lose a size from taking a serious wound, I'd allow you.
Yeah.
But as it is, I'm probably not glorious enough to grow an extra inch or 2. I'm just gonna leave it as is.
It could be your muscles, for a bit of it. So, Maybe get
I'm
on
roughly
them
as big as a
broids.
barge.
Yeah.
Arthurian steroids, which is just like people chant at you every now and again.
Yeah.
A fairy challenges you to a duel, or you drink from a pond.
You get to hold Excalibur for half a second, and that does it. So.
Yeah.
So, I want you guys' advice.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Thomas.
Okay.
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm wondering if I should increase my appearance, my strength, or my constitution to make it harder to die, or just straight up become a paragon of the sword, which does appeal to both me and Goratrix. My social character is my primary character, so I'm thinking.
Yeah, same for me. I'm just gonna fuck people up while I can.
Yeah, I'll go with sword. Sword 17.
That's fair. Yeah.
He's gonna be so talky, but I'm gonna be so killy.
So let me ask you guys advice here. I've got awareness and the other one, intrigue, are both at 14 right now. It's very tempting to make one or the other 15. What do you guys think?
I would advise putting something that is already 15 into it, because the next time we get to a winter phase, you'll be able to knock them both up to 15 if you roll a 1d6.
That's smart. You're so smart. Okay. Since you guys are fucking going all in on the on the swordsmanship, I think I will instead increase my battle.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
that's good.
Done.
Strategize.
Okay. And that is the end of the winter phase. So we begin in 481 next episode.
Beautiful.
Yay.
And a happy new year.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's quickly do some ending the session here, and then we can call our
Cool.
quits. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Start with you, Thomas. Shoutouts? Anything?
Alrighty. Absolutely. I am Thomas. I've had a wonderful time. All of Goratrix's growth and advancement is entirely to destroy the House of Newton Manor. But yeah, in any case, I've had a wonderful time. Thank you to all of you watching and all of you playing.
Mark.
Alright, cool. Hello, I have been Mark. I hope all of you have enjoyed listening and watching. To all of you that are here in the chat now, and those of you listening in the VOD. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well.
Great.
Hi. Yeah. Bye, everybody. I'm Liam. You can follow me on Twitter at Darth Coakley. I say funny things sometimes. I had a wonderful time, and I'm very excited for next year for all of our hubris to come crashing down on us at once.
Yes.
Nothing will happen to us. We're gods.
And I'm Bob, the GM. Looking forward to 481 and all the terrible things that will happen to these characters. Or good. We'll see. Maybe good. Maybe good.
It was a Freudian slip. You heard him.
Yeah. All right. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you, people.